What's really hood? We are on the rise, or we are waiting for some Silver Wolf to come out. And I wanted to talk about my very first 5-star, right? GEPARD. The reason why I'm doing this is because this man has helped me out in the simulated universe so crazy, in a crazy way. Yeah, hold on. I'm just gonna do my little 4 hours right here. My little 4 hours. Yes, I'm finally at 1,000, and it's because of GEPARD. GEPARD, GEPARD. Let me just show you guys. So points have been refreshed. Sweet. Just for example, right? I only beat this because of GEPARD. Number 1 and number 2. So my first clear of World 6 was because of GEPARD, which is the Cocolio one, right? Only because of GEPARD and his almighty tankiness, right? And then I was like, oh, let's do this one, 67. And I'll tell you right now, I don't have any 67 characters. The only character that I have, as you can see, he's broken up to 70, but I didn't have enough to actually level him up. I might have to do it in the video. Yes, sir. But yeah, that's my next thing, is to get everyone up to 60. So now he's 70, and let's talk about the boy. Let's talk about this man in all thine glory. You know what? And I'll do something different than I normally do. I'm actually gonna do it in simulated universe. I gotta do it anyway. He doesn't even, as you can see, he doesn't even benefit to be in here because, but his tankiness is just too much. And this is not a guide on simulated universe, but it just obviously the increase the damage absorption of the shield. You basically make these ridiculous shields that basically it doesn't even matter who you bring in. I like this one because if I can get preservation, boom, beautiful. I need to just stack these up. So let's get into a fight with GEPARD. And talk about the boy. First of all, I need to know what the hell this thing is on his back, because is that ever discussed, what the hell is on his back? I used to think it was a shield, but he doesn't use it like a shield. Anywho, so we have the basic attack, deals ice damage equal to whatever the hell. It's a single target attack. Then he has the skill, the Daunting Smite. Ice damage based off his attack has a 65% chance to freeze. I think it does go up as far as like with I think one of his talents or something like that. Now while the enemy is frozen, the enemy cannot take action and will take additional ice damage equal to his attack, which is garbage. I don't understand why they make a scale off his attack, but we'll see a little bit why later. I actually do know why. I don't know why I just lied to you guys. Why did I just lie to you guys? Anyway, and then we have the ultimate Enduring Bulwark, which is applies a shield to all allies absorbing damage, scaling off his defense, which is amazing. 33% of his defense, or it scales up. I hate saying the percentage because it's different depending on what level it is. And then plus an additional other amount. So depending on how high his defense, my current one is, where is it? Defense 640. Then we get some stacks here, and what is that? So we have some defense, and then we go 30-something% of that plus an additional, right? Talent. And this is where it's pretty cool. Sometimes it pisses me off. I'm gonna be completely under 100% because when he's struck with a killing blow, instead of becoming knocked down, GEPARD's health immediately restores 30% of his max HP, and you can eventually get it that, yeah, when Unwielding says triggered, his energy is 100%, so he instantly gets his ultimate pretty much. Now, the reason why I say I don't like this sometimes, especially when I'm lower, when I was lower level, you guys know I don't have Stele. You know I don't have great runes, great stuff like that. So if I'm losing a fight and I'm using GEPARD and I kind of want the fight to end, I could retreat, yeah, but like it's like, damn, bro, like then he revives and I'm like, bro. But obviously when it's a closer match, you're like, yes, clutch that out for me, Poppy, Daddy. And then he has the technique camaraderie. After using his technique, when the next battle begins, a shield will be applied, absorbing damage equal to his defense plus an additional 150 or whatever. So really cool. I'll show that a little bit later. We'll go through the light cones, but let's look at these animations that you've probably seen 1,000 times. First of all, we have fisticuffs. Talk to him. All right. Then we have the lovely E, where he's like, oh, let me get this thing. What is this? I feel like I'm playing Hegon or something. Like, I like it. I like when it's sped up too. Oh, no! I mean, that is it. That is the E, so he still did it. Yeah, you're just looking for preservation. Preservation, boom! There it is. I'm just trying to unlock the preservation. We got 2 options. Weakness break, the character get a shield. When you should remove the debuff, that's really good, because you can get stunned and stuff. And then you get the path of preservation. Yeah, buddy! This is like a pseudo guide for both, because pretty much that thing does damage based on how much your shields. That's why you're trying to get preservation up as high as possible. It's pretty cool. As you can see right here, deals physical damage to all enemies based on the max damage that can be absorbed by the shield. What you normally do, and this is like a thing with GEPARD, right? So you want to use this.
In the name of Landau.
You see that? For my motherfucking homies, you see this?
Years of cold.
Talk to him.
Hardens the will. We shall never fall.
He puts a big ice block in front of me. 1300, and it can get much, much, much worse. Then you pop the residence. 1100. I can tell you right now, there's not a character on my squad that can do that much damage per character. Not happening. This is the only time I can ever get like like decent things, and then you just keep preservation. You're also hoping to get the one cost preservation thing. But let's go talk about. Oh wait, I can't even. I gotta finish the run. Okay, let's. I'll come back once I'm done with the run or near the ending of it. Still does it. Where am I going? Data bank. Check out the light cones. Oh wait, no, I'm terrible. I've been sitting here doing so much. Let's go check out the character. GEPARD. See if there's anything that we're missing. Let's check out the traces. So you have some damage here, more effect res, defense, ice damage. Obviously, I think the ice damage in any place you can find defense is going to be your go-to. As you can see here, you level these things up. This goes up in damage. This goes up in the percentage of the attack that it scales off with. And where is it? This one, both of these go up. This one, the amount of HP he heals goes up. Right, so that's what you're kind of looking for, making that he actually comes back a bigger and stronger baddie. But the other optional stuff here is that you have one where he can get a higher chance to be attacked by enemies, so he doesn't taunt at all, but you can keep having stuff that makes it that he's very likely to be attacked. Which is, again, I wish they had a scale of that, like they made it an actual stat that's visible. They don't want to do that because the AI, they probably want the AI to have some flexibility of attacking other people. This one is the one we already know. When Unwielding is triggered, he gets 100% energy, so he can ult immediately. And then last but not least, once he gets Ascension 6, his attack increases by 35% of his current defense. This effect will refresh at the start of each turn. This is absolutely amazing because if he freezes people, it scales up his attack, and he has something that boosts the attack. Also, it just makes that when he does his skill and his basic attack, it just does more damage. So that's pretty good. There's no other character I think that can give a defense buff outside of Trailblazer Fire. I feel like there's no other character that actually can boost up his damage as far as giving out a defense buff, and I think that that's only through the Trailblazer Fire E ability skill. Actually, let me just check real quick, right? Because I think the skill gives defense as well, right? No, just damage reduction. Okay, figured this. That is the traces of this character. Now let's check out the EDs, the Diddles. You know what I'm talking about? So first ED, Eidolon, I know, I'm sorry. E1 is going to be when you're using a skill, increases the chance to the base chance to have it freeze by 35%, which is pretty high. Next one is going to be Lingering Cold. After an enemy frozen by your skill is unfrozen, their speed is then reduced, which is good for lapping. God, something got stuck in my throat. It's good for lapping them, right? Because his ultimate, which is something I always forget to say, is only 100 cost, right? So if you can do the I forgot how much you get when you do a skill. I think it's like 35 or something like that. So that is something to mention, like them slowing down, you getting extra turns, you being able to do that. Obviously, 3 is just skill talent. 4, when GEPARD is in battle, all allies effect res is just higher, allowing you not to get CC'd as much, which is fantastic. 5, as you know, is for basic attack and skill. This one obviously means the most because of the ultimate. The ultimate is where he actually does shield people, so you definitely would, once you get E3 to boost that up is fantastic. Last but not least, Unyielding Resolve. When the talent is triggered, which is his, as you see, he just comes back to life. GEPARD's action is advanced 100%, so he gets a free turn. If you have the other thing activated, he gets all his energy back. On top of that, and restores extra HP equal to 50% of his max HP. So he just heals more, right? So what this allows you to do, if you were to happen to get this guy E6, which is, most people aren't trying to do that. Even if a banner came out and was like, yo, I really, like the odds of people like, I want a E6 GEPARD, it's going to happen accidentally. But once you actually have this guy done, when he actually dies, he comes back as a threat and you have to kill him all over again. And if he's actually tanking and all the attacks are going onto him, hey, that might be a thing, right? And you thought you killed him, or AI thought they killed him, but then he just comes back and they have to deal with all this, not taunting, but like high chance to be attacked energy. But obviously in AoE comps, that's where he's gonna suffer. Anything that's single target, that's where this guy excels. If you have you're fighting against stuff that's single target. But I think a lot of the bosses in Simulated Universe have AoE skills. The Echoes of War, AoE skills. Most of the stuff in this game is AoE, but yeah, if you ever had to do something with single target, he's gonna take all that single target stuff for you. And if he even happens to die, they'd have to do it again twice, and then he's gonna ult, he's gonna heal himself, he's gonna do, yeah, it's kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts, right? So let's go over to the Lycones. Go for Preservation. We know this boy's Preservation. Let's check out the best blue in slot. Like I always say, these are the ones that you'll likely be using for a while. Now, Amber is a decent one, right? Increases the wearer's defense by 16%. If the wearer's current HP gets low, increases it by even further. And again, the blues are really important because you will likely be using them superimposed by 5. So 32% additional defense, increase the defense. And then if he gets lower HP, it goes up by another 32%, which is really, really, really good, especially if you have a good energy system to keep him never faltering. And then I think I like this one. It's the current one that I'm using, is that when I use my ultimate, I actually heal. I think the other one's a little bit better, but I just like this one because it kind of keeps him up as a tank, right? He doesn't have heals unless he dies. So this one, it scales off his max HP. But to me personally, I like this one better. It's just because his ult comes up so much. He heals, he gets himself behind a shield. That's technically a lot of effective healing. A shield is basically a heal that just is scaled differently, right? So if there was a fight that they have that is heal block, if you have shields, then it's good. Then if that was the case, I would obviously go with the other one. So the shield is fatter, right? So I actually don't know what gives me more HP back, right? Because if this gives me 18% of my max HP, and this gives me a decent amount because the shield scales off of the defense, this might be better because I would heal more. But my only issue is that sometimes the shield does go down. Simulated Universe, not too much, but the shield will go down, and then I'm kind of left there naked. So, and you know, I didn't heal anything because I don't have healing in my kit. Of course, if you have other healers, you should be fine. So let's look at the best purple in slot. There's only 2 options of yellows. I find this one weird because, again, I don't know the scaling of more likely to be attacked. I don't know if that stacks with his other one. But yeah, damage reduction is great because it doesn't matter if he gets attacked at all or if it's AoE. Damage reduction by 16 going up to what, 32? No, only 24. Still pretty good. I like We Are Wildfire purely for the fact of Simulated Universe. If you have a rough fight, you know, the whole thing about at the start of at the same time immediately restores HP of all allies equal to 30% between the character's max HP and the current HP. Really good for the whole thing about damage. I don't really care about that, but it allows you to get kind of free heals in between fights before you get to that rest sprite. So I do like it for that. I would even say, I don't know if you're able to. I think you're not able to change your Lycones mid thing, but I would do that if that was a possible thing. This is my favorite. I really wish I could try this out. The trend of the universal market increases the wearer's defense by whatever. When the wearer is attacked, there's a chance for it to burn. It says 100%, but you know that goes down. To burn an enemy for each turn, the wearer's deals dot damage that is equal to my defense, which is just phenomenal. Allows you to actually like slowly but surely kill off something. I think that's great. So I think for me, I think Trend Market is the best. One's a close second, I think, just for the raw damage mitigation. Moment of Victory, which is him on the cover, so you gotta assume it's great for him, right? Increases the wearer's defense by 24% and his hit rate, which is obviously how he freezes with his skill. Increases the chance of being attacked. We like that. When the wearer is attacked, increases his defense by an extra 24% until the end of the wearer's turn, which is fantastic because when he gets attacked, it's likely not going to be his turn, and then at the end of his turn, he can then get attacked again, and it cycles. It actually does not say that it has like a turn off point, so yeah, pretty good. Going up to 40 on 40, right? Insane. Effectively, the effect resist. So obviously, I would actually say, yeah, this would probably be the best in slot for the yellow. Harder to get. And I think that some of the other ones are just as good, so I wouldn't like hustle to get that. Texture of Memories, I think you actually buy this one from the shop. And if he's defect resistant, if the one is, oh yeah, if he's attacked and there's no shield, he gets a shield. And if he does already has a shield, the damage he has mitigates is 12. I think both are phenomenal options, honestly. I like this one a lot because he constantly keeps a shield on him, right? And I think that this is more synergizes with having March 7th, because then like she synergizes with people having shields. But yeah, I think that the Moment of Victory might be a little bit better, but I think it is pretty close. Overall, best in slot, like in general, I think Moment of Victory and Trend Market. Those two, I think, are the ones that I personally would use. Yes! I finally Have all the relics so I don't need to go to a web page to look at them. Ah, it's a good day. I think most people say this is the bare basic one here. Increases defense by 15, increases the max damage that can be absorbed by shield created by the wearer, right? I think this is like the main one I think you would mostly use on it. Gives him defense, his shield scales up for defense, also makes his shields bigger by 20%. Fantastic. Another good option here, reduces damage taken by 8%. Also, at the beginning of the turn, if the wearer's HP is equal to or less than 50%, they restore HP and regenerate 5 energy. I think that this one is a really close second. I think like really close. Also looks like his armor to begin with. But the reason why is just because like if he gets low, he's normally going to be shielded, right? So his HP is not going to be touched for a while. But if he does get low, that regenerating 5 energy can go a long way. Then for the 2 pieces, really wish this had like a side scroll thing. I don't have to like actually click in and out of it. It's kind of annoying. Obviously, Belobog's Fortress of Preservation increases the wearer's defense by 15%. When the wearer's effect hit rate is 50% or higher, the wearer gains an extra 15%. It's also really synergized with the light cone, obviously, by raising his effect hit rate pretty much for free, along with raising the defense. But this is, again, more defensive buffs to make those lovely shields just phenomenal. And like I said, once he is fully, what is it, I think through the talents, once you hit that, oh baby. Once he's Ascension 6, then he has his attack scaling a little bit off of his defense, which will then make some of these other things make him hit really hard. But you're not going to see that many people that's going to actually have that. I think that's the main issue. I kind of would like to test this out on him just for the whole aspect of energy regeneration. He gets hit a lot. So I would like to see maybe if he actually had this on, that he gets his shield up more often and allowing him to be even more and more unkillable, especially in Simulated Universe where, like I said, applying the shield will give you the Path of Resonance. I do think the other one's pretty good too, the one that makes it crit and do more damage based off the shields again. I realize that that's a little bit better to get, and then the last one maybe get the Amber Shield, whatever way you want to do it. But like, yeah, this one's stupidly strong. So what do you guys think about GEPARD? I think that no one would ever say that GEPARD is actually like a bad character. I don't think anyone would actually physically in their right mind say that GEPARD's a bad character, but he's just not doing the upfront damage that people are seeing in it. But I like him because he's sturdy. He allows your team to basically do whatever the hell they want, and if he needs to, he can just carry out a victory for you literally for no reason. So that's why I like him. And as far as my first 5-star, I think it's phenomenal. I'm happy I waited until so long to do this one, is because he's been on my party and I've never needed to drop him. There's times where I'll be like, I don't really need a tank, and then I go out and I lose, and I'm like, okay, GEPARD's in there. I don't care if they don't have a frost weakness. He's gonna hold the team down while the other 3 can do whatever they want. I could bring in a level 1 and his shield will tank all the damage that the level 1's taken and allow them to just break bars more efficiently. It's insane how much utility he provides. And that's what I was able to do. I think I was able to put in like Asta into a team comp where she was severely underleveled, but she wasn't taking any damage to her HP because the shields that he was providing were so thick and strong that I allowed Asta to just sit there and do the weakness break, because for some reason they don't scale that off damage. It's just like a flat number. Anywho, that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully we'll be silver wolfing. Peace.